Hi everyone, and thank you for joining me. I've made a decision that I'm going to do an introduction, which is kind of a conclusion, because I filmed this video last night and I was incredibly tired after a very busy day, and I can't really edit a lot of it out, but I just want to do a summary because some people that might be tuning in to decide whether or not they want to buy this new product, which is the Super Radiance Resurfacing Facial, may get a little frustrated sitting through my entire video. Some of you may want to watch it, but so I'm going to do a summary at the beginning of my video so that you don't have to sit through all my waffle if you don't want to. So the bottom line is I tried this last night. I think this is a very good product. The things that I like about it are, I think it's actually quite good value for money, because even though it's £52, it's got a little serum in it. It's in the box, but you only use it on a weekly basis, and they really don't recommend you use it more often than that. So when you compare it to similar types of AHA, BHA product, a lot of them that you have to use daily, such as Dr. Dennis Gross, AHA daily peel pads, or liquid gold by alpha whatever, you know what I mean. A lot of those AHAs are daily use leave-on ones. This is a weekly wash-off one. So I think when you compare this, you're not going to use up as quickly. So therefore, that's why it costs more to buy. And I think it actually compares very well. So price good. I also like the fact that it has got a lot of compensating moisturising ingredients, because what can happen with AHAs is that you can go mad. The reason that you go mad is because you do an AHA treatment and your skin feels so baby smooth that you want more of it. You want more of it and you want more of it. And before you know it, you've done it too much. You've stripped the top layer of your skin and you've got the opposite effect. It's too dry and it's sore and sensitive, and it does all the things you don't want it to do. So don't overuse this, but this has got some really, really good moisturizing ingredients in it, such as allantoin, such as glycerin, and things that will help, hyaluronic acid, polyglutamic acid, things that are going to help to keep the moisture in as well as help to exfoliate the skin. So it's a good balance of exfoliants and moisturizing ingredients. I also like the fact that you can wash it off. It's not a leave-on one that, you know, sometimes it's difficult to know how often to use leave-on ones, because you really don't know how much they're doing until you've done it and overdone it. So I like that. Now, the things I don't like, just very, very quickly, is that I don't like all this pseudoscience nonsense, right? And I'm sorry, I'm going to call it nonsense, because she's put up some percentages that lead you to believe that some very scientific tests were carried out on this. She hasn't said like 90% really like this or whatever. This thing's like 91%, 77%, which leads you to think that there's been some testing on skin cells in a laboratory or randomized control trial or something, and it's not. When you look at the small print, you can see that the test that they did on 100 women was on a single application, and how you can say that on a single application something is 73% effective based on somebody's subjective experience is beyond me. And also she's put in percentages of non-clinical actives such as resurrection leaf and glycerin, which I've not seen listed in any other thing. So I think it's just trying to sound overly scientific, and they've gone a bit over the top, trying to market it like some of the dermatologist skincare brands, but not quite knowing how to do it, because I've never seen glycerin listed in a percentage. And I think it's where the marketing's gone a bit over the top, and it just looks a bit silly, to be honest, if I'm frank. But putting all of that aside, putting all that kind of, you know, don't try and take me for a ride, I actually do like the product. And I like, if this has been marketed as a really good weekly treatment, AHA exfoliator, AHA and BHA. I've not heard of PHA, but okay. Good combination chemical exfoliant with some really good compensating, moisturising and soothing ingredients in it that you can wash off. I think if it'd been marketed that way, I would be really, you know, saying great things. And I still am saying great things about the actual product. It's just the marketing and trying to make it look all scientific. But I just think, please, no. But the actual product I really like. So what I'm going to do over the next 4 weeks is I will swap my Paula's Choice weekly exfoliant, which is a 10% leave-on AHA. And I'm going to swap over to this for 4 weeks so that I can give you a follow-up. But I'm going to continue to use all my other Paula's Choice, including my more regular 5% leave-on AHA exfoliant. Please do not use this more than once a week, and please, if you're not used to them, follow the instructions on Charlotte's website and build up to it. But otherwise, think good product, good price, just the marketing waffle that annoys me a little bit. Okay, now you can watch the rest of the video, and I hope that summed it up for those of you that really don't want to sit through my tired waffle. Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me today. Now, those of you that have been following me on Instagram will know I've had a very busy day. I started off by having my COVID jab, and yes, I have my vaccine top on. I saw an article on this morning, one of the, what was it, Good Morning Telly, and they said this is a great kind of top to wear when you're having your vaccine, which it is. Now, my arm is starting to get a little sore. I will update you over the next few days about any possible side effects. It is getting a bit achy, my arm, but other than that, it's fine. But that's not what this video is about. You're all waiting to hear about the new Charlotte Tilbury Super Radiance Resurfacing Facial. And here it is. Now, it's really, you know that it comes with a mini serum. I was thinking, where is it? Where is it in my packet? And there it is. It's stuck inside the box. So in case you open your parcel and think, they haven't sent me my mini magic serum, it's inside the packaging. Isn't that sweet? It's only a little widdy one, but I've already got some serum anyway. So also, as you know, probably, I've been using Paula's Choice almost exclusively. I say almost. A few exceptions. Charlotte Tilbury, I have used her magic cream as a, I've been using it as a primer, and I also tend to use her magic night cream over the top of my Paula's Choice after I do it at night, because it does actually hold in the moisture to my skin really well. So I still love Charlotte Tilbury skincare, you know. So anyway, tonight what I'm going to do is I'm going to try this out and do a little first impression. And I'm going to switch over for one evening to as much Charlotte Tilbury as possible, just for one night, because otherwise I'll be using my Paula's Choice. So I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do first and what I'm using. And then I'm going to apply this. So I'll skip through most of my routine as quickly as I can. Excuse the clothes draped over the back of the chair. Not mine. I'm going to skip through as quickly as I can so that we can get to this, okay? Okay, now I've run out of Charlotte Tilbury's eye makeup remover, and I don't have a Paula's Choice one, but I've been using this one, which is by SVR, and it's for sensitive eyelids. It's very good. I'm going to take off my eye makeup first with this, and I'll be right back. Okay, so that's most of my eye makeup off, and now I'm going to use the first step of the Goddess cleansing ritual. I don't use this a lot. I do like this. I do like this a lot for taking makeup off. And I did treat myself to this a while back, but I'm not as keen on this because it used to irritate my skin a bit. But I'm going to try it all in the name of science tonight because I want to do the whole Charlotte routine. So I'm just going to put this on my face. So you put this onto dry skin with your makeup on, massage it in, and then take it off with a muslin cloth, except I used the soft cloth that I got from from my, what's it called? I woke up at 3:30 this morning and I can't remember what it's called. Let me think. Style Pro. My Style Pro Take It All Off. It's a kind of microfiber fluffy cloth that actually just is a little less irritating on your skin. And I'm going to put this over my eyes as well because it should be fine. I won't put the other one. Just massaging that in nicely before going into the bathroom and taking it all off. And then I will do the second cleanse in the bathroom using the other cleanser from this set. And I'll be right back. Okay, as you can see, my skin is now nice and clean. But before I carry on, I'm definitely getting to this product, don't worry. But I have a Mystic Alley prediction, but also joint with Rebecca. Yes, so it's Mystic Alley and Princess prediction. Okay, so those of you who've seen Wayne Goss's PR that he got from Charlotte Tilbury, where he got this, but he got it in a big box which had all of Charlotte's skincare. Lucky man. Absolutely everything in a massive box, and there was a gap with something saying coming soon. Now, Rebecca and I have predicted this a while back, but we said she hasn't done an exfoliator. Well, she has now. And she hasn't done a toner / essence. So our prediction is that the missing product from Charlotte's range is Charlotte's Magic Essence. And we think it's going to be an essence rather than a toner, just because Magic Essence sounds better than Magic Toner. And it's bound to be magic unless it is a Super Radiance toner. It could be a Super Radiance toner, or it could be a Super Radiance essence or a Magic Essence. But that is what we think the missing item that's coming soon will be. So if we're right, you heard it from us first. Yep, Mystic Alley. And I keep forgetting what I called Rebecca. Princess prediction. All right, let's get on. So I don't have, obviously, whatever it is coming next, but I do want to tone my skin before I start using the AHA. So I'm going to use my Paula's Choice one, and there will be a couple of Paula's Choice products slipping in as well, because I just have to use my Paula's Choice. I can't go a night without some of my products from Paula's Choice. Right, so my skin now feels back to normal. I just don't like that second part of this. It dries out my skin. I think it's all right if you've got oily skin, but The second part just does dry out my skin. Right, let's move on. Here goes. I actually just got changed into my lounge dress / night dress. Now, as you know, I've been using this AHA by Paula's Choice, which is a daily treatment. I kind of use it every other day because otherwise it dries out my face. And you must remember with AHAs not to overdo it. And the reason I'm saying that is because Charlotte makes it very clear on here that if you're not used to using AHAs, that you should actually build up. And there's instructions on the website. So she tells you, first of all, the way that you build up is by, first of all, only leaving it on for a few minutes and then gradually building up the time until you leave it on for 20 minutes. Now, I am used to AHAs now, newly converted only 2 or 3 months ago because of Dr. Sam Bunting. So I will put it on for 20 minutes because I've also skipped my daily AHA. So the difference is, just to let you know, so this product, this is 10% AHA, and it's also got BHA and another type of, what was it? Let me just read about it. AHA, BHA and PHA, which I hadn't heard of before. And it says 15%. Now that is quite strong. So this one that I use, like it says you can use it daily, but I use every other day, is 5%, but it's leave on. This one is obviously 15%, which is quite strong, but you wash it off. So it's slightly different. Now, there is 50 mils of product in this. And a lot of you were saying, well, not a lot of you, but a couple of you had mentioned that you thought this was quite expensive. And I'm not so sure that it is. I'm going to talk about this in the conclusion because when you look at the Paula's Choice one, there's 50 mils in that, but actually you use that more regularly. And when you think about, I'm just thinking about the Dr. Dennis Gross peeling pads and things like Liquid Gold by Alpha H. They're actually quite expensive because you've got to use them every day. This is a weekly treatment, so I'm not so sure that it's quite as expensive as it seems. Obviously, it's quite expensive as an initial layout, but you're not going to be using as much of it. So I think it's not actually that bad in terms of value for money. But let's now see what it's going to be like in terms of product working. And I'll quickly put my headband on and let's go. Okay, I must find my skincare headbands. Now, so there we, I did put a little bit of this earlier on, just on my hand. And it does feel quite moisturising as well. And it's got a lovely smell to it. I'm just going to put it on and no doubt we'll smell it a bit more and tell you what it smells like. Now, if it is tingling a bit, if it starts to really sting, then I'm going to take it off before 20 minutes. It's tingling a little bit, but I shall see. But I am used to AHAs, so I really should be able to deal with this. And I'm going to put it on my neck as well. Yeah, tingling a little bit. Right, so that is the product. Now, I'd say it smells quite lemony. Actually, it smells quite similar to the first step in the cleansing duo. I would say very similar to that smell. So if you've tried this before, then I would say that the smell is very similar to this. Okay, so I'm now going to leave it on. I may not leave it on for 20 minutes because I am feeling it a little bit stingy. It's not too bad, but if it really starts to burn, obviously, then I'm not going to leave it on for 20 minutes. So I'm going to be right back in 20 minutes time. But actually, while it's going, I'm just going to set my timer, and I'll be right back to tell you a bit about the product while it's working. Okay, it's not burning anymore, so I'm just going to keep an eye on it. So let me tell you a bit about what is in this. Okay, so there is a little leaflet inside with all the kind of clinical results, or clinical, what do they call it? You know what I mean. Clinical, I can't think straight. Let me come back in a second. All the clinically proven. Now, I say that I am a bit skeptical, because Charlotte Tilbury, when she's talking about skincare, she does it in a way that I cannot stand anymore. It's one of the reasons that I went on to Paula's Choice, is the words clinically proven seem to be bandied so much around in skincare these days, and they don't actually mean a lot in a lot of cases. People can say that something's clinically proven when they've given it to test on 10 women. And actually, I've got quite a scientific background, worked in the NHS, and I've got quite a scientific, I'm not an expert, but I like to look at clinical evidence. And when I hear clinical evidence, I expect randomized controlled trials. That's because I come from the world of medicine. Randomized double-blind controlled trials, that's what I get. That's what I understand. And it always bothers me in skincare when it says it's clinically proven, and it says 88% here would skip going for a facial. Their pores, skin appears more even by 77%. Pigmentation and age spots appear reduced by 73%. And then there's a little asterisk, and you go down to the bottom and it says 30 people tested over 30 days. Now, I am going to be critical here, because I just do not believe that pigmentation can be reduced by 73% over 30 days, especially on a weekly treatment. So you're saying that after 4 treatments over 30 days, pigmentation is going to be reduced by 77%. I'm skeptical. The other thing that I'm a little bit skeptical about, that I just don't like in skincare, is when they start putting in trademarked ingredients. And Charlotte is the absolute best at doing this. And there is one in here, I've forgotten what it's called, and it's not on here. But you know, she had Replexium in the last one, and this one's got some magic ingredients. I'm going to put the name underneath. And it just, again, the front sort of makes you look like it's very chemical, these chemical kind of symbols. It all looks very scientific. And yet when you look at the small print, the clinical evidence tested, the biggest test they did was on 100 people after a single use of the Super Radiance Resurfacing Facial. That is not, to me, what clinically proven means. However, I'm not going to knock trying something out and giving you my opinion on it. And I think, you know, feedback is a good thing. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to work for you, but the more feedback you get on something, you know at least that when you're watching me, that it's not going to be influenced by the fact that I was given a free product, because I wasn't. I bought it with my own money. And you know, in the past, if I don't like something from Charlotte Tilbury, I will tell you. Anyway, So I'm going to go off now. It sounds like I'm being a bit down on this, but I'm actually, when I tried the bit out on my hand, I have to say that what I did like about this is that it feels quite, like they've got a lot of moisture into it as well. Because the thing about AHAs in particular is that, and BHAs, is that they can dry out your skin. So if you've got dry skin, if you overdo them, your skin will really dry out. And you feel like you've got rid of that sort of protective barrier on your skin. This doesn't feel like that. This feels like it's actually compensating by adding lots of moisturizing ingredients. So I have to say, I am quite excited about trying this product. I just get a bit wary of the scientific, like, clinical, and this that makes it, you know what I mean, this makes it look like there's a lot of chemistry involved, and it just tries to make it like science labby and really clinical when it's not been tested in a lab at all. Well, probably has, the ingredients, but you know what I'm saying. So anyway, I will be back in a little while. It's not stinging anymore. It did sting when I put it on a little bit, but it stopped stinging now. So I'm just going to keep an eye on my skin, and I'll be back to take it off in a minute. Okay, I'm just holding the camera for a minute so you can see my skin. I just rinsed it off. Now, I would go easy on this because, especially if you've got sensitive skin, it was a bit stingy when I took it off as well. I kept an eye on it so it didn't make my skin go red, but just go easy. I think if you're really not used to AHAs, follow the advice. As Charlotte says on her website, to use it for 5 minutes the first time round if you're not used to AHAs, BHAs, and then build up by 5 minutes each week until you get to 20 minutes. So just be careful and obviously listen to your skin. Don't go mad. Now, I was going to put on my Paula's Choice retinol serum, which is 1% afterwards, but because it was stinging me a little bit, I'm going to play safe. I think Charlotte kind of thinks that people are going to be putting this on in the morning because she says follow with my magic cream, which of course I'm not going to do because it's nighttime. There's nothing to stop you using AHAs at night. I think they just think that most people put them on in the morning before they apply their makeup because it will make it apply more evenly. But I had to try this evening. So all I'm going to do now is I am just going to use her serum, and I'm going to use her magic night cream. Right, so I'm going to put on quite a bit of her serum because my skin is feeling a bit dry. But I have to say, there are moisturising ingredients in it. It's not completely dried out. Just be careful if you've got very dry or very sensitive skin. I'm now going to put on serum. I'm going to put a generous amount of the serum on. Like so. And that's not stinging going on, which is good. Because if something really strips your skin too much, you normally feel it when you apply another product. But that's gone on really well and it's sunk in really quickly. So I'm pleased with that. So that's Charlotte's Magic Serum. And then I'm going to finish off by using her Magic Night Cream. And I will lift up the camera again and show you my skin. Obviously, I haven't put on any eye cream, but I will put some of my Paula's Choice on that I use at night, the ceramide eye cream. I don't use Charlotte's eye cream anymore. It just doesn't work for my skin. My eyes are too sensitive. Right. I absolutely adore Charlotte's night cream. And even when I've been using my Paula's Choice, I layer this over the top. I've probably said that before. I'm really sorry if I'm repeating myself, guys, because I woke up at 3:30 this morning and I've been awake since then. And so I'm probably a bit incoherent and at times, so apologies. Right, so that is the night cream over the top, and I'm just going to show you that now. So my skin has got a lovely glow to it. That some of that is the night cream, obviously. But so far so good. Can you see though, just around this area here, I went a bit red with the AHA. So really, I would say just don't go mad. That wasn't too bad, but I was keeping an eye on it. But I have gone a little bit red around here from using it. I'm going to just do a recap of the ingredients because I've been onto her site. Do it now so that you can hear what's in it. Okay, so it's got 10% AHAs in the form of glycolic acid. It has got 2% of BHAs in the form of salicylic acid, and it's got 3% of these PHAs, and there is a name for that. I'll just double check it. Bioagave acids. Okay, then there's another ingredient which is an exfoliator, which is 4% prickly pear. I'm just going to double check that that's what all that is called. Okay, it's prickly pear cactus. And actually, this is where the trademarked ingredients comes in. It's called exfoliate or exfolactive. It's called exfolactive, and it's got a trademark name afterwards. So it's one of the trademarked ingredients again. And then I'm going to run you through the moisturising ingredients because there's quite a few of those, and there's some good ones there. Okay. The two main ones are polyglutamic acid, which you've heard of before. It's in her serum as well. And also hyaluronic acid, which is in virtually everything these days, as you know. And then we move on to some of the lesser ingredients in there. Okay, then there's resurrection leaf, avocado oil and glycerin. And for some strange reason, she's carrying on putting the percentages, which I'm not quite sure why, really. Because normally you see the percentages in an AHA, but I've not seen them listed when they start putting percentages of other ingredients. But it's great that there's that much information. And there's a couple more ingredients to go. Okay, 1% aloe vera and also allantoin, but there's no percentage for that. And then it states natural lemon and rose fragrance. So those are all the ingredients. I'm actually liking it. It feels great with the night cream. I will give you my opinion. I'll follow this one up because I really don't think that you can say much after one application. And that would be my only criticism about a lot of these claims are to do with 100 women testing it after one use. There were 3 tests done. There was 100 people tested, 30 people tested, and 31 people tested. It says 100 people tested over 30 days, but then in the bottom of the box, it says after one treatment, after a single use of the Super Radiance Resurfacing Facial. So that's not... maybe they were tested after 30 days, but they only had one single treatment, which I really don't think is going to tell you much. I think really you're only going to get an idea if you use this consistently over 6 to 8 weeks, which is what I've been doing with my Paula's Choice. But I do like the fact that it has got a lot of compensating, moisturising properties to it, and also the soothing properties of things like aloe vera and allantoin. So I think it's very well put together product. I just think maybe not try to blind us with science quite so much, because I'm not convinced. All right, so I hope you've enjoyed this. And there's my nice glowy skin now with my Charlotte facial. I'm missing my Paula's Choice, but I'm glad that I've got my Charlotte's night cream on because it is my #1 favourite Charlotte Tilbury product of all time. So I will see you all very soon. Oh, tomorrow for my live at 1 o'clock. Okay, I'll see you then. Take care. Love you all. Bye. Mwah.